Alrighty, guys. Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, May 14th. Hope you guys are doing good. 6:25. We have 5 minutes till the market open. Let's take a look at everything. Alrighty. Let's make sure you can hear me. May 14th. Hope you guys are doing good. 6:25. We have 5 minutes till the market open. Let's take a look at everything. Alrighty. Let's make sure you can hear me. May 14th. Okay. Hope you guys are doing good. 6:25. We have 5 minutes till the market open. Let's take a look at everything. Definitely should have done this before. That's my bad. Alrighty. Why will my AirPods connect? May 14th. Okay. Hope you guys are doing good. 6:25. We have 5 minutes till the market open. Okay. Alright. I guess we're just not doing without it. Stupid AirPods. Hope you guys are doing good. 6:25. We have 5 minutes till the market. Alrighty. So, taking a look at the day, up $80 on the day. Yesterday was a rough day, so it's good to see today being good. Open on the green. So, something that I've been dealing with is I have positions that will say, there we go, that will say I'm down in my open, even though I'm completely above. So, for example, I'll just show you. I am, where is it? Is that MO? Yeah, so on MO, I traded yesterday. Come on. Anyways, I traded yesterday, I believe at 36.22. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh, why is it acting like this? $36.16 and $36.22. So, the lowest one is $36.16. I had like half of my shares in. Right now, the price is at $36.01. So I'm 15 cents lower than any share I bought. And yet, it says that I'm down on the open. And I cannot figure this out. Why is it doing that? I messaged TD Ameritrade, and it turns out if you take a loss on a trade, I don't know if this applies to if you take a win on a trade, I don't think so. But if you take a loss on a trade and then enter into that same stock within the next 31 days, it calculates that loss into your open, even though it's a brand new trade. So I don't understand why it does that. It doesn't make much sense to me. I don't see the logic in that, because I want to know what my P&L open is on this specific trade, not in this trade in the past 31 days. But that explains it. Wow, Emma with a huge sell-off before market open right now. In the next 31 days, there we go. And then a huge pull-up. Okay. So MO is looking like it's going to have one of those days. Wow, already green from a huge sell-off to a green candle. Okay. Anyways. Market down. Nothing big. Looks like we have a bit of a support. Hopefully it can break this. Come on, where are my lines? There we go. Yeah, looking like we have a support there. So hopefully on the day it will obviously break down. We're definitely in a downtrend, which is nice. Finally, I mean, not finally, obviously I don't want the stock market to do bad, but finally in the sense that I've been short in the market for so freaking long, finally to see it go the way I'm thinking it's going to go is a good thing to watch. RCL down 5% on the morning. I still have a long way to go. Already experiencing a bit of a pullback. It did break this line, which I love to see. That's great. I am going to actually pull my stop a bit closer. I'm up 30. Wow. Okay, 20, 30. I'm up on the day. That's all that matters. 34.07 is my entry. Yeah, I might not pull my stop that close. I will pull my stop a little closer. But I am holding this probably for another week or two. Let's take a look at it. So I am holding it till here. So granted, it still has a lot of room to run. It still has about 23% left. I know it's probably going to be something I'm holding for about a week. This is really going to kind of test me in the sense of my discipline with there will be waves, but as long as I can, what's the word I'm looking for? There will be waves, but as long as the tide is going in the right direction, that's all that matters. Yeah, so there will be pullbacks, but huge profit potential. I think it will hit. I think now that it's broken this support, we'll definitely see it try and pull back and then hopefully validate that old support as a new resistance, and then we'll continue our downtrend. Yeah, but keep an eye on it. MO, we're down 1%. The candle's back to red, although it's just kind of a doji. This has been a rough ride. I'm still looking good on the 4-hour chart. Hopefully it continues in downtrends, touches my limit. I'm going to pull my limit up just a hair, just so I'm more likely to get filled. This was not a good trade at all. This was not a 3-to-1 ratio, and I should not have done it. Why I did, I don't know. I think I got greedy. I still think it will be a winner trade, but it was a bad trade by me. I broke all my rules for doing that. SQQs, again, we're up on that. Not much. Up 1.75% on the day. It does look like it has a lot of potential. It just needs, again, NASDAQ futures to break. I think it will break. I don't know. Maybe it'll bounce. I don't know. I just think with finally having a clear downtrend, investors will kind of, okay, we might see the market plummet. I have my alert set, so I know which way it goes either direction. Something to keep in mind is we're finally below all 3 EMA lines. Yes, we were below all 3 right here for a second. And then just a hot minute right here. So yes, it looks like this support is going to be crucial. If we can break it, then I don't think we'll have any issue. I don't know if we'll come down all the way to this support, but I think we'll have no issue at least hitting this 20 EMA. Something that is a bit more encouraging about these three is they're all crossing about the same spot. Granted, the 20 still needs to come over the 50, but they're all a little bit closer than right here. So we'll see. Tight EMA crosses tend to be a little bit more of a good sign. Obviously, there's nothing that you can 100% trade with. There's no one indicator, but it's always kind of good to see. This is weird. Natural gas is up 1%, but yet D-gas is up? What? That doesn't make any sense. That's weird. I don't know. Ship was kind of a bad trade. It was kind of an instinctive trade. Again, it's not something I should have taken. I don't know why I took it, but it's working out good. I thought it was at a resistance. I was willing to let it hit here. I knew I was probably going to open up red on the day. It didn't, but that's just luck, not skill. I want to be notified, though, if it does break above this 20 EMA. And then, again, if it breaks above this 50 EMA. I do think it has potential within the next few days to get all the way to the 20 EMA line. And I need to set some alerts on my way up. Because for whatever reason, it's not letting me link orders. I don't know why. But, excuse me. SQQ's pulling back a bit. MO down, RCL down. RCL's going to be fighting right here. Let's see where I have alerts. 31.95. Okay, what I want to know here. Alerts are your best friend with trading. Especially when you're like me and you're not PDT. You have to keep an eye on everything. Okay, let's take a look. Up 94 on the day. Again, that's the tough thing about swing trading, is you're more actually concerned about your profit and loss on the open, not necessarily on the day. Like I always say, swing trading, there's going to be waves, but as long as the tide is going in the right direction, that's all that matters. You could be up 20% on a stock and be down 5% on the day, and you look at your P&L on the day, and you're like, oh my gosh. But it's just a bump in the road. It's just a wave in the ocean, but the tide is still going in the right direction. That's all that matters. If the trade looks good, and the trade looks like it's going to continue its trend, then so be it. I did get scared a little bit yesterday on MO. Got out a little too early, and then, what do you know? It was just a wave, and the tide is still going in the right direction. Hopefully you guys took a look at my Instagram post on that, explaining that in a bit more detail. You can find our link for our Instagram and our Discord and our Facebook group, Murphy Ranch Investing. So go ahead and take a look with that. NASDAQ pulling back a bit. That'll be tough. Will be tough. Let's take a look at the Discord, see if there's anything going on. Not too much. Let's see if there's any callouts. Something I saw was people can find out IZEA and KTOV. I'm not really a news trader. Granted, like obviously good for this person. I could see what they were seeing with the uptrend, the MACD cross. I am just not a fan, especially for a penny stock with earnings. Not my thing. I'm not risky enough. And then Katov, which is a pharmaceutical company, again, tough in this interaction. Looks like it might continue an uptrend. I don't know. It's struggling. I mean, the MACD is looking good. It's in a pattern that looks like it's going to be an uptrend, but who knows? Let's take a look at some of our watch lists. Oof. Significantly down. I am not a big news trader. See, this looks like a good setup. It really does. It looks like it's going to continue down, but if I got in right here and I have 15% potential, that means I could only have a stop loss of 5% if I want to keep my 3-to-1 ratio. That means that my stop would be right there. That is way too tight of a stop, in my opinion, for this. I would feel more comfortable with my stop up here, but at that point, 2-to-1, 1.5-to-1, not a good P&L ratio. I'm not saying it's going to be a bad trade. It probably will go where I'm thinking, but with the fluctuations of intraday, I'm not going to take that chance. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. Just flickering around a bit still. RCL down 6.6. Looks like it might be starting a downtrend. Almost to daily lows. I'd love to see it. Okay. Is there anything else popping out? My watch list is really weak right now. That is the weirdest thing. Natural gas is up 1.3% and UGAS is down. Weird. There we go. The usual Wells Fargo, GE, and the airlines. MGM we'll take a look at again. Alright, let's take a look at MGM and some of the airlines. So I was in MGM. I shorted at the top of here and rode it all the way down. I almost stayed in. Definitely would have stayed in past here, but big drop off. Wouldn't surprise me if it does make it all the way down here. Probably not, but yeah. It was if you were willing to hold a little bit of a position, which I probably should have. I probably should have held 5% of my position and just let it run. But no biggie, put a trailing stop on it. Alright, let's take a look at the airlines, UAL. We have a big red on the day. I almost got in yesterday. I didn't see much of, the profit potential's there, but again, I need to keep my 3-to-1 ratios. Same thing here, definitely had a support. Now it might be just dropping, plummeting, but at the time was not. Same thing with with Delta Airlines, you don't know where it's going to go. Southwest, same thing. How low do they go? How low do you go? Save. Yeah, so at this point, it's like, how low do these things go? Do you continue to Just short them. I don't know. I don't like shorting if I don't know where I'm going to exit. Not my thing. Let's see. What else? So, let's take a look at space. Virgin Galactic. Now this might be a bit more interesting of a play. Looks like we have a support and a resistance about here. With 21% potential. Let's take a look at this. MO on the downtrend, we love to see it. We're down almost 2%. NASDAQ future is still fluttering around right there, trying to decide a direction. This will definitely be an interesting play. So 23%. So 23 divided by 3, that just ran down to 21, so that'd be 7, so it'd be just over 7%. I'd feel more comfortable with a stop here, 11%. That'll be tough. See, these are the decisions you gotta make. It's not quite a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's pretty good. I'll take a small position. If it starts to go my way, then I'll add to my position, and then see, I'm just going to do 15 shares. Or not. Okay. You're not going to film me? Maybe yeah, I don't understand what the issue is. Come on, Thinkorswim, film me. Oh, hard to borrow. That'll do it. It's worth a shot. Okay, well, we'll keep an eye on it. UCO. I have a few shares of this. Alright. RCL down almost 8%. Love to see it. New lows. New lows. I'm going to put in my stop just above my 20 EMA. The reality is if it's going to break this heavy support, start downtrending, and then be able to pull up and go all the way back up, it's pretty much done. So I'll definitely start pulling my stop a little bit lower and a little bit lower, because like I said, if it's gonna pull all the way from a support break, stop in the middle of no, just stop and then come back up all the way past through this resistance, then it's just gonna go. So at that point, I'd actually probably long it. Yeah, makes sense that my shorts are doing well. The market is going down. I don't think it's set off any alerts, but ooh, it's getting there. It wants it so bad. Break. MO, we're down 2%. Love to see it. Almost to my limit. I'm going to take off, I'm going to take off 60 shares. So now I have 10. I've locked in profits, and now I will let those 10 run. I'm going to buy. So since I only have 10 left, I'm just going to buy it. I'm just going to buy down here. Get as much of my money out as I can, and then put a tight stop. No big deal. 10, limit buy, get till canceled, confirm, and then let's put my stop right about my entry point. Because all I'm trying to do is preserve profits at this point. I'm trying to let a little bit run to get a little bit more whipped cream on the sundae, if you know what I mean. And then maximize my profits. In reality, it's probably only going to be a few bucks more, but it's the principle of you want to lock in profits and then let the rest run. Down 8% on RCL. It's going to be making lower lows, it looks like. I am up 95 on this trade. SQ is going up. Love to see it. Market is flirting at that line. I might have just broken it. So it looks to have broken it a bit. Definitely have. Just has a little bit more room to run. But I want to know the instant it breaks. Ship. Looks like we're going to be pulling up. I'm definitely going to pull up my stop because if it pushes down below that, then it's going to be in a free fall. But we'll see. Oh, that drives me nuts. I hate that. I mean, I understand their logic and that you want to show your P&L on this stock for the past month, but then why can't I just look that up? I want to see my P&L literally on this specific trade. So 11.5 and it's 11.3. Sweet. Market drop below. Here we go. 11.84 minus 11.5. 34 cents times 25. So I'm up $8.50 on this trade. I hate that, but whatever. I'm up 174 on the day. My RCL trade's really carrying me. I'm up 50, which is great. Finally broke even in the past 31 days. SQQs almost to breaking even. And then ship. There we go. So 180. Probably gonna sell 15 here. At 1201, so 15 at 1201, good till canceled. God forbid the market recovers. Well, not God forbid. We always want the market to do well. But in this specific stock, if the market recovers, I want to know about it. I'm going to set multiple alerts so that way it's not like I just hear it out of the corner of my hear it in the background and ignore it. I want to know everything. RCL is going to be a bit tough to hold. I mean, down 8%, or, well, up 8%. It's going to be a tough hold to not take profits. But I need to be disciplined, and I need to stick to my plan. But geez, that'll be tough. Is there anything else on watch lists that anyone sees? I don't see much. NCHL still downtrending pretty significantly. I don't see anything on watch lists. Let's check Discord. Yeah, nothing much. Someone called out CREX, so let's take a look at that. Nope, no thanks. Could you short it? Yeah. Well, it would be a great short, but you can't literally short it. It's hard to borrow. Oh my goodness. And you know, there's just going to be times when there's not much to trade. We can keep looking. We can go key and KO. But it's okay. You don't have to always be in a trade. It's something that I've struggled with. Something I'm learning. So you don't always have to be in a trade. Coca-Cola. No. Key definitely would have been a good short yesterday. I don't think it's a good trade now. I think it's too late. Nasdaq down 1.4. It's trying to break through. Why it's not is kind of beyond me. Why it's holding a support right there. We'll see. Ships come down. Oof. Hopefully we'll recover. Not a big deal. I'm only down $6. RCL I'm up 96. MO I'm up. See, and that's why I lock in profits. Can it recover and will it probably come down and hit here? Yeah, maybe not for a day or two, but I'd rather just lock in profits. I'm so close, and you could definitely argue that it hit maybe it's low, right there. We'll see. But that's why I just lock in profits and let the last little bit run. I would have loved to have short the airlines ETF. I knew it would break down. Though it broke that support yesterday, and I knew it was going to keep going, but it's hard to borrow, which is a shame. The market's still flirting. It's pulling back a little bit. So what it might be doing, it might be now validating this as a new resistance. I mean, that's quick for it to do it. Usually it'll be a little bit more of a 1 or 2 candles and then go down. So it's quick for it to do that. Hopefully it just comes up, touches it, says, nope, I'm not going to do it, and then just plummets. Which is very well what might happen. But yeah, you know, I'm sorry I don't have a better watch list. Really, really dry. Not much going on. Like, there is a lot going on in the market, but there's not like any good setups coming. I'll keep looking, and if I see any, I will for sure call them out on the watch list. But guys, we're gonna end right now. But join our Discord, join our Instagram, and join our Facebook group. All of those are Murphy Ranch Investing. Our Facebook group right now is public. It won't be public for long. Our Discord is also Murphy Ranch Investing. And then obviously Instagram, just give us a follow. Go live almost every single morning before market in the first half hour of the market. And then I set out my watch lists usually within the same morning. So give us a follow, join our community, make our community great. We focus on 3 things for financial freedom. We focus on stock market, whether that's day trading or long-term investing, real estate, and personal finance. I'm very passionate about all 3, and I want each one of you to bring your personal experiences to this group. Alright guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and stay green.